welcome. Thank you for coming, for those of you that are here, and for those that are going to be watching this, because we are recording it. Well, welcome. This is Playable Games, and the guy with the Playable Games t-shirt on is Michael, the CEO. He does the overall making sure we are legal and making sure we're ticking the right boxes and staying out of trouble. And myself and this guy next to me, that's Jet. The guy below me is Sam. I don't know how that's displayed on your screens, but
Completely wrong.
All around different. And the lady over there is Amanda, my wife. So Jet and Sam are my sons, and Michael, CEO. So we're going to open it up to questions.
Mum's also the marketing.
Oh, yes. Yes. Well,
Maybe
Amanda.
I just not leave it at wife.
Sorry.
Well, I put things in the rubbish.
Right. So do we have a way to get questions?
Yeah, we've got wait questions. Someone just needs to type something in the chat.
Okay, that's how we're doing it.
Oh, there is some questions in AMA questions. Maybe we start with them.
Oh, yep. Cool.
There are no questions here. Oh, wait, there are some. Why are you working on 5 games at the same time? Why don't you work on them game after game to finish quickly from all the games as soon as possible?
That's a good question.
Why do you distribute the work into 5 games, although you can work on one game after another with all the effort and you'll speed up completion of all the games in record time? If only that's how game development worked.
Right. I can answer that pretty easily. So the answer to that question is really simple. So the question was, why are we developing 5 games at once and not just doing one and putting all of our resources into the one? The answer is because there's two main reasons for this. The first one is it's not, you can't just fill a kitchen with chefs. So there's only certain things that can be done and they have to be done in a certain order. And you get to a limit of about 8 people in a team and it starts becoming less and less effective. So when you hear of a 200-person team working on World of Warcraft, those teams are divided into very large sections and you might have 30 or 40 artists all working on one particular part. We're not at that level yet. The second reason is...
But our games also aren't big enough for that.
And we don't have the money for that. The money to spend on that. Like those teams are running on literally millions and millions and millions of dollars a week to pay those teams. So we're not that big.
And they have many levels of management as well. It's not just, that's not 200 devs. That's like managers upon managers and like, yeah.
And the second reason is that part of our strategy for Playable Games is we don't know which of our games at this point are actually going to be the successful ones. So part of our original strategy was to build out 30 games over the 10 years. And when we've got those 30 games out and being played, you, the community, will decide which games are the ones that get the attention. So our goal is that, like the thought process we've had in our brains over this time has been, it might be Dogs of War, or it might be Ordinum, or it might be Nexus. We don't know yet. But as time goes by, the goal was to get those 30 games out. Some are going to be quite small, like Starvin' Martian is not a particularly big game. But it might be the one that gets all the attention and runs away as being very successful. We will then put more resources into that as that starts to play out. But that's really in year like 7 or 8. We'll start making those decisions where we're slowing down on development of some games and speeding up on development of others. So right now, this is a long-term goal, a long-term vision.
Yeah, I mean, to put it in very simple terms, it's like having 30 balls on the roulette table instead of 1.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
Spread your investments and make sure that you can find the best one.
Reverse Bones has got one. How is the funding currently for the next couple of years, and what are the plans to bring in more players / more capital in the short term and long term?
Okay. Well, funding for the next 2 years. For those of you who don't understand, the situation that everyone is in right now is the bull market has not actually started yet for micro caps down at our end. So, the reason 8 gaming companies went broke earlier this year is because everyone's run out of money. So we're very lucky that we've been well funded, and I believe we've had very good management where we've managed the money really well. So we're still operational and busy. We've had to actually cull some of our teams. We've lowered a couple of our teams down to make sure that we didn't run out of funds before the bull run kicks right in. We are at the bull run now. So the bull run has started, and October, November, December should be very, very powerful times for us. And that should refund us for the next 4 years. So even longer. But we have to wait for that to happen. If that doesn't happen, if for some reason we go into a world war or something like catastrophic happens, a meteor strike or something really bad, then we would have to change tact and become more of a waiting sort of game. But because we don't have funds to keep going as we're going right now for the next 10 years. But that's very unlikely to happen, and we'll keep you informed if that changes.
Cool. Next question from Sir Join.
Mic off.
Are you rewarding only the active nodes on the node hold competition or not yet?
Mic on.
The answer is we are. You have to have. I linked the announcement in the AMA questions responding to his question. But we have made it so your node has to maintain 100% qualification in each week to be eligible to participate in the node huddle. So you need to keep your node running if you want to be in the node huddle. Willow has asked a question, which is, do we have an ETA on the 3 lotto and when we can hope to see it start?
The answer to that's very simple. That is in the next 4-year project. So that second half of the white paper that we've done, one of the things that Amanda and I spent a lot of time trying to consider from a marketing perspective was, what does the end of this year look like in the manic, crazy bull time? So for those of you that haven't been through a proper bull run, it gets literally crazy. Like, people will be making a meme of a banana and it will go to $3 billion market cap. So it is actually insane what happens at the peak of the market. So Amanda and I spent a lot of time asking the question, what do we need to present to that crazy world in that manic time? And our white paper was very much a responsible business plan is really what we had. And we've purposely made the white paper a little bit more hype to sell into that mania that is coming. So those things, the Bull Lotto and the 4 new games, etc., they are for the next 4 years. That's what we're going to be developing over the next 4 years. And they're absolutely on the cards. It's actually, the Bull Lotto is one of my favourite things that we've come up with as an idea. And having a worldwide lotto that is just for crypto people worldwide is, I think, really exciting. So, but in answer to your question of when, probably 2026. But we're going to go into a bear run after this manic cycle, and we've got 3 more years to build, which is what we did last time. And that's why we're in such a good position now. We'll do that again this time. So next bull run, we'll be in a great position again with multiple new games coming out, etc., etc.
Is it pronounced Blotto?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
The 3 is a B. And Blotto is an Australian term for off your face drunk. So I thought it was quite funny.
Yeah. Never been that, anyways. When the emission of the token will end in 6 years, what will become of the weekly lotteries?
Sorry.
That's a good question.
Sorry?
Oh, when the emission of the token will end in 6 years, what will become the weekly lotteries? I mean, the answer to that is we don't know, because we don't know how many tokens we're going to have access to. The company will get a share of the gas fees as well as a share of the transaction fees. Oh no, the same thing.
And whenever we sell an NFT, we have coins.
There's a couple of shares we get. We get NFTs, we get like NFT sales, and the gas fees we'll share with the owners. And it just really depends on how much we get from there, depending on how much we can give away. Obviously, the numbers are really easy right now because it's locked, but those numbers in 6 years are going to be flexible. So we're just going to have to see what those numbers will look like when the time comes or gets closer.
Yeah, I mean,
and then
sorry, just finishing off on that. A lot of people probably don't understand what we've done, but we've taken this company from being a set time frame project. So it was built on a 10-year project. Most crypto companies don't even have a plan for 10 years. They have a plan for 10 weeks. But we had a plan for 10 years. We've now transformed that into an infinite plan for node owners. So it's an ongoing, as long as Playable Games is in business, the node owners will actually be able to continue into the future. So, and not just the node owners, the gamers, the people buying NFTs, the people trading NFTs, the people winning competitions and playing competitions. It's a self-funding, self-generating thing. And as we build out our player base, which we haven't even started trying to do yet, but as we move into that cycle where we build out the player base, that will grow and grow and grow. So it should be that there's an ongoing cycle of money, that we sell an NFT, the bull coin comes back to the company, and then we use that funds we'll have competitions, we'll have rewards, we'll have prizes, etc. So it's permanent. Yes.
Arabian
just said forever plan. Yep, that's true.
Can we get an update on the vision? What changed or will change to ensure Playable is a winner? So yeah, I mean, the answer to that really is the white paper, right? You guys reworked the white paper to update the vision, and
yeah,
your answer's in there.
I think we've got the best white paper in the world right now. Like, I think that's my personal opinion. I think Costa nailed the look.
No bias there or anything.
Biased.
Yeah, okay, I agree.
In the milking, I'd say, because I don't know how many white papers there are on other planets. So
okay.
And then there's a question: when will the Bull team buy a Lambo and wrap it with Bull?
Well, that's really a Jet question.
I don't know. When Mickey allows us to.
that might be a Michael ticking that box off.
It might be 2035, probably.
Yeah.
At the end of this cycle, if we'll
get one from Matt Armstrong, a wrecked one, cheap.
Oh, that'd be good. That'd be cheaper, yeah. Have you watched those videos?
That would actually be a really good
they're great
promotion.
He's a man who, after my own heart, a man who likes to make money out of those exotic cars instead of losing it.
True. Well, he ain't making any money. He keeps them all.
Yeah.
He is making with the YouTube stuff, but yeah. New one. When will there be a Mohawk skull bull? I don't know. I don't know if that's coming.
Sorry, I missed that.
A Mohawk skull bull. Anyways, serious question.
Well, I mean,
any game.
Sorry, can I just answer that? If you've got a design for something you want, do the AI 2D image that you want. So give us the 2D art in the representation, so the style you want it in, and we can take that to the dev teams to actually put through whether we can schedule that to be done. Our long-term goal for the marketplace is that we are in the process now, it's actually in our development, of building out systems where at the moment you can go to Midjourney or to one of these AIs and create a 2D image. Part of Playable Games' vision is that we're going to create skin-making AI that you'll be able to take your Midjourney image, put it into our AI, and it will create the skin for you that will go straight into game. Now, when I say straight into game, there are steps to be done from our end, but it won't be that big a process. And the idea is that if you make a shit hot skin that is absolutely kick-ass and everyone loves it, you will make money on it by selling it in the marketplace, and we'll only take a percentage of that for ourselves. So you become the creator. You become the person who actually says, I've got this great idea, and you sell it on the marketplace. And if it is a great idea, and this is the difference between great ideas and what actually works in the real world, but if it is a great idea, you will make money out of it, and it will be a money-making thing. And it will help the Playable Games community because your shit-hot skin is now selling lots and lots of skins on the marketplace.
Well, can I speak?
Of course you can.
The marketplace is after the creative process is done, everything ends up on the marketplace and you guys can trade it. I haven't said this to anyone yet. Everyone, I haven't even told the boys. But we need...
Oh, this is going to be good.
We need to start the process before where we can reward... So creators can be part of the process. So it's not just the marketplace that creates a place to be able to buy and sell what has already been created. We need something before that, the level before, which is inviting creators to create either content or art or whatever it is, and then you can be rewarded for that.
That's what I was just saying. So yeah, it's not just about trading NFTs on the marketplace. We actually we are in the process of building out the systems where you can take an image and it will actually go into our AI, and the AI will make it into a skin for the game, or it might be a background for Ordinum, or it might be a new card for Ordinum, or like whatever, and it will be approved by the dev team and then put into place. And you as the creator will have ability to earn income from it.
Yes.
Yes.
Any game currently on mobile? If no, is there a push towards the area?
Sam,
maybe answer.
Well, yeah, no yet, but we are right now getting a game onto mobile, Starving Martian.
Starving Martian is going to mobile. It's being done right now.
Yeah, but you should hear about that in the next couple of weeks. That'll be... So basically, Starving Martian, as you know, we did have the alpha last year for Starving Martian, but we had to go back and redo it this year, mostly redo it, because it wasn't going to really translate to mobile. So that's what we've been doing this year. We had the new alpha a couple of months ago for Starving Martian, which was received really well, and thank you again for all the feedback from that. That was very, very good. We've taken that feedback. And we're starting kind of on the beta, but before that, we're actually just trying to get the alpha onto the app stores. So we have a mobile version, and then we can test that along with the PC versions as we go to beta and then release. So you should hear, hopefully, in the next couple of weeks, we'll have at least the Android version playable.
Woo!
I
don't have an Android phone, but that's annoying.
Well, yeah. iOS is a hoe, so iOS will be a lot harder to get a build on, because just because of how their development builds work. So
they're a lot more strict. You need to hit a bunch more checklists than
they're a lot more strict, and it's a pain. But fingers crossed, we can get both.
Well, we will get both. The question is time.
Fingers crossed we can get both at the start. There's
a question there about Starving Martian. Do you want to give that to Sam, Jet, from Surgeon?
Can you speak a little more about Starving Martian, how it will evolve, how Bull Token will be implemented? There will be weekly or daily tasks like Nexus to earn points.
So yeah, Starving Martian, we have a lot of plans, as always. So Alpha was testing the core mechanics, which people seem to really like. Beta will be adding a couple more things on top of that to make it more complicated, as right now Starving Martian is quite linear. And then the release will be adding in all of that play to earn stuff. So right now the plan is you'll have multiple game modes to play, essentially. One will be casual, so you'll just play however you want. Another one will be a ranked mode, in quotation marks, that resets every month, and then people basically play as far as they can in a month. You get rewards like loot boxes. Don't want to say loot boxes. Reward chests. Not a loot box. Like a reward chest that gives you NFTs, and then you can use the NFTs in actual like tournament modes, and then the tournament modes will be longer than a month or longer than the normal ranked mode, but everything is allowed, and then you basically are competing against everyone else to do as well as you possibly can.
Yeah,
So
it's kind of going to work
that's
like
how,
Town Star,
yeah.
where you
So
get the most points. Whoever does the best strategy to get the most points, and there'll be a leaderboard, and you'll get bull. Kind
and
of
I'm not
like
sure. Yeah, but different Town Star you can earn NFTs. I'm pretty sure Town Star you can't directly earn NFTs.
no, you have to buy
So
them.
yeah, we'll have a mode where you can earn NFTs, and then you can go and compete in the tournament mode, because we thought that was a bit of a gap of like, oh, cool, you can't really compete in tournament mode because you need to spend money essentially to play. Which some people, you can say that's fine, but I personally think you should have it. You should be able to earn those rewards first. So we'll essentially have those 3 game modes. That's our plan right now. And you should see that. You won't see that in the beta, but the release, I can't really say a time because we're not really sure yet how long that will take. But the release, yes, you should definitely see that play to earn in action. And NFTs, before I forget, they will be kind of similar to Townstar, although quite different because obviously our mechanics are not really the same as Townstar. But for us, buildings will have NFTs that increase their production. So if you want a biome or a terrarium that grows crops quicker, you will need to. There'll be NFTs that do that, and there'll be NFTs that research your researchers quicker. There'll be NFTs that make your astronauts give you more quests to do. And they'll be mostly speed based, but there'll be others that are utility based, like the astronauts, like the truck, so on and so forth.
Cool. Got a question from Bullshot. So let's assume that the run gets delayed for gaming. It doesn't participate and takes another 2 years. Based on observation, what exactly does the wait game mean? Would you accept other kind of funds not originally accepted for the sake of growth, or we stick to waiting it out?
I can probably answer that one for you.
Yep. Go for it.
Look, every other week, if not every week, I get an email from a purported VC or investor, and I'm sure the team gets the same.
Yep.
So I think there's a lot of money available for a project like ours that has proved itself, that has delivered multiple games, and is not all fluff and hype, and is very legitimate. The challenge is that the pound of flesh that those investors want comes at a cost, and it ultimately comes at a cost to the community and the founders and everyone else involved in the project, because they put themselves at the front of the line. They don't go at the end. So I think there's a real reluctance to go down that path, but it's there. If the meteor shower hits us, obviously everything does change, but really what the team are trying to do is avoid that at all costs, and hence, as Jono mentioned earlier, the trimming in of cash burn a few months ago was very much geared towards managing that process. So I think the way to consider this is to be realistic, but also be positive, because it won't be a case of a bull run not happening. Some form of run will occur, and there's no doubt that Playable is extremely well placed to benefit to that to some degree. So probably the worst case scenario here would be that it doesn't benefit as much as ideally it would like to, which I guess slows development and means that you can't scale up quite the way that you'd want to.
Yep. I think that's very accurate.
Cool. What is the status of the new games in the white paper?
The new games haven't started yet. This, as I said before, they are for the next 4 years after this year's finished. So we've got to get through. So our second 4 years starts on February 2nd, 2026. And if you understand how the markets work, we literally go into 2026 should be a crash. So most probably a big one worldwide. So crypto will go away for all intents and purposes. We expect to be fully funded and be able to be hiring out dev teams of all these other gaming companies and dev companies that will be going broke, and we'll be able to hire those teams and build through that time. So the white paper is a glimpse into what we're doing in the future.
Cool. An approximate time for Ordinum updates.
Yeah, I'll answer that. Basically, we're aiming for the end of this year should be the re-release of Ordinum with an asterisk, because stuff will probably happen. But we are definitely aiming.
What does the asterisk say?
Well, yeah, stuff might happen like soon. TM.
What is going on? Okay, question answered. Move on. Any major?
Hang on. Ordinum is looking really good. For those of you that have followed, stuff might happen. Yes. For those of you that follow Ordinum, Ordinum's problem was when we originally built it, there were 40 cards missing. So we had 40 cards designed to go in, and the devs couldn't get them in for a couple of different reasons. And part of it was we used a base template to build that game, and the template that we used didn't have the capability for those 40 things, the way the magic worked, to actually work. So we kept those 40 cards out, and then Samuel's headed up the team on the design side to get those. So we've had to rebuild the game again with a new base.
Without the template, they've
right.
redone a new base that works really well,
and it has,
and that should allow for better scaling.
Yeah, it's taken a little bit longer than we wanted, but it is much better than what we expected. So it's going to be fantastic, and Ordinum is shaping up now to be our best, most complete finished game by the end of this year. So it's very exciting. I'm actually starting to think about playing it myself just because it's looking so good. So
yep. Well, excited. If you get a match against Old Bull, you'll probably win. So you better hope he plays.
That's probably very true.
Any major marketing activities planned for upcoming Alts Bull Run? Major crypto influencer interviews, for example.
Amanda?
Mum can answer that, or I can if you want.
Lean into your microphone, Amanda, so we can hear you.
The answer to that is a big fat yes.
Okay, a big fat yes.
Fat yes.
No,
it's not even tiny, it's a skinny yes, it's a big fat yes. Yes, on the wall, like, yeah, marketing has been lean, and everyone, or for those of you who don't know,
let's just use the correct terminology. Advertising has been lean.
Is lean, yes. Marketing has been since before we started.
We've been marketing non-stop since we opened this ship.
Yeah, and because marketing by definition is communication in every form, every touch point between the company, the community, the players. Advertising on the other hand is what everyone's talking about, and everyone's when. It's not when marketing, it's when advertising, and that will happen during altcoin season. And we could have, as I said, we could have done it, but the whole time we've been building the last 3.5 years, that would have resulted in us being in the same position with less money going into development and possibly worse.
Well, we can show you a project that spent millions and millions and millions on advertising. That's called Myria, and have a look at their price today. They are literally 1 point above us, and they've spent literally millions on advertising, and we have not done that. We've spent millions on games. So the 20 odd million or whatever that we've put through the company up to this point has gone into game development. So,
and I know
Yeah.
I know that it must be frustrating for people to know that Jonna and I are marketers by profession, and yet our outreach isn't hypey and fluffy and exciting and a whole bunch of money spent on it. And no one is more frustrated about that than him and I. However, we're not only marketers, but we're business owners. So rather than marketing being a department in this business, marketing is part of everything that we do. And every decision we make and everything that we think about is through the lens of marketing. So,
well, can I just say this? Sorry for cutting you off. A lot of people, what they're looking for is, why haven't you got a sign in New York Square? All right, why don't you light up the Dubai tower and have
That is a good
playable?
question.
Sorry, why don't we? Okay, well, here's why we don't. Because if we lit up the Dubai tower, it's $30,000 for 1 minute. All right, so 1 minute, $30,000 gone. And now you've done it, what have you got? We've got a video of it, which we could create without doing it. But we've got a video of it. And did one person who was walking around the Burj Khalifa tower, did one person go, oh my God, Playable Games, I better go and buy a node. I better go and buy... It doesn't work that way. That's what we call brand building advertising. And that brand building advertising is something you do a long way in the future when you have millions of people who know who you are. Until you get to that point, you've got to do what's called direct action marketing. And direct action marketing is not sexy. It's not Burj Khalifa lit up. It's not the Sydney Opera House with all Playable Games across it. It's not firework shows and drone shows. It's much more underground. Sorry, Amanda, back to you, because I just...
Are you reading the chat?
He was having withdrawal. He hadn't talked for like 3 minutes, so he had to just get in there for a sec.
So I don't talk much, as you can probably... I do work, though. Yeah, have I answered the question?
I don't know.
Now I've
It's
lost...
fine. We can move on.
But,
I can add it that last thing. We have been talking to loads of influencers, and we are locking in deals, lining up for closer to the end of the year. So November, December-ish, October.
Yeah.
So
Taryn's full-time job at this point is I think we're up to
25
influencers locked in for October, November. So
that's a bit high, but yeah.
Yeah. Caesar in the chat has understand.
It's actually under what it is. Thank you very much.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, you're wrong, but that's fine. They're not locked in. We're talking to 30 plus, but we've got like 10 or 15 locked in.
As of Friday, specific spot. As of Friday, we have 17.
There you go.
17 locked in, not influencers, because sometimes there's multiple influencers in deal. So there's 17 is now currently locked in, and influencer wise, I think it's probably in the low 20s. So, but we've just started. So, and we're loading.
And we're loading to 50 plus.
We're loading the gun. We're not going to release them. Everyone's not started now. We're loading the gun, and then everyone's going to release at the same time. So pretty much. So it's going to get the go ahead at the same time. So it's all coming out like, yeah.
As you can see,
if there's a game out there that fits your playing genres, would you be open to acquiring it? If so, how would you integrate it into the Bull brand while also keeping its original creative integrity? We would not. We'd slash it.
We break it up and sell it to pieces.
Mickey needs to answer this question, because like there is creative integrity and there's the business decisions that need to be made, and our job is to weigh up both and then come out.
100%. So the easy answer to that is that if we get offered a game that has no crypto integration, and it will never be able to have any crypto integration, you go off and enjoy your creative integrity somewhere else, because it's not going to be any good for our business.
Yeah.
If you have a game that is fabulous and either has the capability of integrating crypto, or maybe you've even designed it that way. We'd love to talk to you. That's probably phase 2. We've only ever talked about 30 games. The truth of the matter is that we can build a platform with Playable Games to host hundreds of games in the future.
We are doing that.
And that's the next phase, whereby we don't have to develop every game, because we know for a fact that there are thousands of developers out there who have great games and great ideas, and they pour all their passion and creative energy into these things, and they have no way of monetizing all that effort.
Yeah.
Well, they sort of think that they are going to be the next Fortnite, and it's like the fashion industry. There's 1 in 100,000, or probably 1 in a million, who actually make it, and the rest, unfortunately, are just another t-shirt company. So I think that's the reality of it. Absolutely open ears to any opportunity to do a deal, and a deal might look like your game being hosted on our platform for a share of the revenue. A deal might look like an acquisition, but we've acquired a number of games along the journey, and we're pretty gun shy around that, simply because we're yet to come across one that's been built properly and functions like they tell us it functions, and has the value in it that people think they're worth.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've spoken to several, and we have tried. The main issue is if, unless it's built properly by a company that has made several games, it's normally a dev who's done it with him and his friend,
Yeah.
who's been doing it for 5 years, and
Yeah.
it's a bit of a shithole to continue to upgrade. So the only way that works is if we can use it
Technical
as
thing.
it is, and just add the crypto into it. And adding the crypto into it isn't a problem. It is basically like a Steam marketplace or whatever, and it just connects to our APIs instead and uses crypto to purchase the stuff. Like that isn't the main issue. Obviously, they're going to want to have to use crypto. If they don't, that's not going to happen. But yeah, the main problem is actually getting a good game that we can accept and then continue to upgrade.
Yep.
And also they treat it like their baby, which also makes it hard.
Yeah, and certainly the thing we've learned, probably our biggest lesson from our journey so far, is that game devs are artists, and very few of them are actually what we thought they were originally, mechanics. So there's a lot of non-science going on in game development, and almost all devs in the world, and I'm talking 99.9999% of them, have never actually completed a game themselves. They've only ever worked as part of a team on a game. And so they don't know what they don't know. And so when they bring a game to us and they say, hey, I've got this game, it's nearly ready. Daniel used to have Daniel Visser, who used to be head of games here, he used to have a great saying, the last 10% is 50% of the work. Because Daniel actually did.
I think he said 90%.
No, I think it was the last 10% is 50%. But everyone thinks it's 10%. It's not 10% in any way, shape, or form. If it's 90% or 50%, it's a fucking shitload, and it's a lot more than everyone thinks it is. And that's the problem, because the budgets don't actually go that far. You've budgeted for 10%, and you actually should have budgeted for 30% or 40% or 50%. So yeah, it's a hard thing to quantify, and yeah, I think answered.
Will we see more of the old bull doing AMA on different channels? Yes, you will.
What?
I don't know when, but we'll work on that.
Okay.
Do you have plans for things like esports tournaments or influencer collaborations? And are there any partnerships with Web3 or gaming projects lined up to help attract more players?
Okay.
Let's go.
I can answer the partnership stuff. The partnership stuff is something we've actually had a bit of a bugbear with, because a lot of partnerships aren't partnerships. You think they're partnerships, but they're not. And so they look like something. The only partnerships we're interested in are partnerships that bring something to playable games and we can give something valuable to them. And the trouble is, those are very far and few between. Most partnerships are just people sharing a name on the bottom of something. We've just done a partnership with Super. So Super Coin, the Alex Becker and Ilio Trades coin that's coming out. That is a partnership.
Well, that is out.
That's out. Partnership that we've brought in, and we've integrated the ability to be able to buy nodes in playable games with Supercoin. So the dev team's built that over the last 6 months. So that's a serious, proper partnership. So yes. Amanda, over to you for the rest of that question. Sorry.
Sorry, lost the question. Partnerships.
Well, it was also like esports and tournaments. I mean, we do have plans for esports and tournaments. Our biggest issue is the games being ready.
Well, the game's
is
being
the main problem.
Non-hackable is the actual problem.
Well,
It's
it's
not just ready, because you've got to get the game ready, which we're not quite there yet. But on top of that, we've got to make it so it can't be hacked in the competition. And
that's included in the ready.
Well, okay, fair enough. But that's the hard part.
But yeah, that is the hard part. Nexus, we do have problems with. Our game we're looking to do a tournament the earliest is possibly Ordinum. It is the most shaped up. And with the rebuild, it should be our best game to do a tournament on.
Sam's so excited about that.
Oh, you better, because that would be embarrassing. And that is the main problem.
Spoon award ready.
That is the main problem with the tournament stuff. We did a game ready, so maybe in 2026 we could probably do an Ordinum tournament when the time is right. And then the gaming projects lined up to attract more players. We have done a couple of those. They haven't worked out as well as we'd hoped, but we're always looking to do more of that stuff. It just costs time, money is the answer.
Like the HODL bull skins for Nexus. Whose idea was that again? Was that yours, Dan?
Wrong.
Whose was it?
Don't know.
That was mine, I think.
Oh, okay, well, that was a really good idea. That was like fucking 10 out of 10. And like we haven't really seen anything from that, even though that is a very unique idea. Like you have to HODL a coin to have a skin in Nexus. But I don't think we've really seen anything.
Oh, the coin wars
come on that.
Yeah, we haven't had any.
Skins.
Yeah, those were made to maybe try and start a partnership with said coin, and that obviously never happened. But that might happen in the future.
In the bull run, in the hype of the bull run, if we did a special game of Nexus with Dogecoin and Shiba Inu, and we've got those skins ready. We've got Elon skin, we've got a Trump skin. Like we've made those skins, they're ready to go, and so there's as I said, there's a lot of marketing going on in the background that people aren't aware of. That's all ready to go. We're waiting for the time to unleash.
Cool. Next question: how many nodes do we need to sell to organize the $1 million tournament? So first problem with the tournament is again the games.
It's not that's not a static answer, because
that's not a static answer.
There's more decisions in the money than just how long does it take to reach $1 million. So we've got other things to balance.
But 20,000 nodes, I'm sure we could work it out.
Yeah.
20,000 nodes, guaranteed.
Doing collabs where some big Twitch streamers live streaming bull games. I mean, we could be cool. We did that with Nexus. We spent about, I think it was $70,000 on Twitch streamers streaming Nexus, and I can basically guarantee you that was not worth it.
Not worth it at all.
Maybe. I think a tournament would work better than that. And then
the only good thing that came out of that was we actually had some 2D gaming people playing the game, and they said it was pretty good. So, and that was back at the very first iteration. So,
that was a launch of Nexus. We did that. Yeah, there's better ways to spend your money, I think, than that. Okay, there's a bunch of non-questions. Working my way through it.
Oh, Roosty, Jesus. looking at Roosty's comment. That's the president of the free world, my friend.
Obel needs to tell us his workout plan looks younger every time we see him.
Yeah, Mickey said that my photos in the new white paper were photoshopped. They were.
Oh shit!
I know.
No, you just had the young filter
I
on.
think they were.
Is anyone
But
They were photoshopped by adding a green tinge. That was the only Photoshop done.
No,
But
that
I was told to lift my head up and puff my chest out, like I did.
wasn't the green tint wasn't photoshopped. That was actually there.
We had a green screen.
yeah,
Is
we
anyone-
we had a green light.
We had a green
Is
light.
anyone,
Yeah.
is anyone interested in some show and tell? A little show and tell.
It depends what you're going to show, baby.
Yeah, hold on.
I'm really interested. What are we doing?
Oh my god.
Gaming related.
Oh, game related. Okay. Yeah.
Game related.
Yeah, I'm interested in that too. Yeah.
You already know about this, but the community doesn't. My mum saves everything, and I found my game that I got when I was 10 years old,
Is that a
And-
That thing is literally older than me.
and my
Times
brother's
2.
my brother's was Mario Mario Kart, and I was annoyed because his is double screen and mine was a shitty single screen. But he was 3 years older than me, so I thought, well, maybe that's how it works.
Lucky you didn't get 3 screens.
And then there's another 2. There's a Mickey Mouse one, and those don't work. So I just thought, mate, what can you even still buy the batteries for these? So I found the batteries, put them in all of them. 2 of them work. This one works, and Mario Brothers works. And so this is, I don't know whether you can see,
You can see. Yeah.
but you have to catch the pancakes and stop the pancakes from falling on the ground, and got to move the guy across. And so I'm playing this game, and I'm starting to go, because I'm starting to drop pancakes. And Jono's like, what's wrong? What's wrong? And I'm like, I'm just playing a game.
Yeah, I thought you might have a brown snake in a room. Yeah.
And he's like, well, that's the fucking
Had that
last
once.
thing we need, is you playing a game. Anyway, if you know how funny that is, it is funny. But like Taryn just said, oh my god, I've seen photos of those, and I've never actually seen a real one. So
What is it called?
it is called. Well, it says Time and Fun. I don't know, which is not what it's called. It's not actually got the brand on it anywhere.
It
Time
might be
and Fun.
might be stamped into the plastic on the back.
And
What's on the right hand side in black line?
Oh, it's only like $120. I feel like that should be way more.
Time
Unlucky.
and Fun pancake. Yeah, it's probably Time and Fun.
and Time and Fun. And then this one is Game and Watch Nintendo. So whether, I don't know how multi-screen, yeah. Well, this one actually says Nintendo on it, so
Unlucky.
and Mario Kart works. Do it loading the pallets. Anyway,
Okay, cool.
it's a little bit of 1980s show and tell.
Okay, and the last question is one of Dad's favorite questions, I'm sure. Can you guys share any under the service data or piece of info which suggests this Q4 will be different to that of the prior years and alt season really happens? Besides the obvious ETH and Sol, etc., being at or near all-time highs.
Well, I don't.
The answer is Bitcoin isn't 250k yet, and it's got to get there. So it's got to happen sometime.
Okay, not the answer you need, but yeah. Bitcoin dominance is slowly falling. So Bitcoin dominance a couple of weeks ago was 64%. It's currently 57%. So this is the sign that the market is shifting. And this time in 2021, this market is very delayed. And it's been delayed simply because Jerome Powell politically has tried to hurt Trump. And he has, when told by internal people to lower interest rates, he has decided not to. And they're now saying he's going to panic lower interest rates, which is also bad. But it's good for us in crypto because what it's going to do is, they call it the money printer. The money printer comes on. I'm looking at my charts now. I've got a Bitcoin dominance chart. I've got a money printer chart. The money printer chart, so M2 currently has the price of Bitcoin at 187,000. So Bitcoin should go towards 200,000 by the end of this cycle, and that should be November. So we should literally see this happen in the next couple of months. Bitcoin then should roll off, which means Bitcoin's finished, and the market will actually turn. It'll start cascading down. And there's a lot of people starting to talk about an extended market that's going to go long into next year. I think we might see a little bit in quarter one, but I don't think it's going to go very long into next year. I think we'll see the market collapse, and the altcoin season will have its 3 or 4 months into possibly February, March next year, and then that will be it. And then we'll go into a pretty serious bear market, and people will say crypto's dead, Bitcoin's a failure, blah blah blah, and it'll just all happen again. So I think we're on track to see pretty much what happens every 4 years. So it'll be a very exciting time.
Everyone going crazy.
Crazy
That's
time.
going to happen.
Yeah.
All right. That's a wrap, everyone. I don't think there are any more questions. If there is, please go to the AMA channel.
Yep. We're going to do this every fortnight now for the rest of the year. So
we do need questions.
Yeah. If you're
so
not gonna,
please post your questions in the AMA channel or in this specific chat. So this one, or let me get, I think I don't link it. AMA questions in here, in this specific chat, or in the AMA questions under like the general category. Maybe move that one higher since we'll do it more often. It's under general now. Straight under general. AMA questions. And then and we'll be trying to do this every 2 weeks. So
we want to make ourselves available to you guys, just to make sure that everyone knows that
we are here.
The project is operational and running every day. So yeah, lots happening. Thank you.
Thanks,
Michael,
everyone,
for coming on a Sunday. Appreciate that very much. Thanks, everyone.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, Dad. Stop your recording.
Bye.
All right. Ciao, ciao. Bye.
Stay bullish.